Welcome to Tecmo Tuesday, and welcome to another week of Tecmo in the 1993 season. As the Colts, we have week number of Baker's Dozen, and this one we're going up against the Jets in a rematch from a couple weeks back, where they let's take a look at our conditions here. One of the things was in that game, we had Trudeau in the lineup, who actually is in better condition right now than George, and 69 passing speed. His passing speed still blows. His pass control. He does actually have a little bit better numbers. It's because George is in bad condition. I have to keep an eye on that, only because, I mean, I hate to go back. Trudeau always, especially against the Jets, you know, it was like we beat him last time we had Anthony Johnson still looking good. And Toner. You know, he's got a little bit better than Culver's. I don't know about Potts though. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put Toner in instead of Potts this week. Oops. And I am gonna keep an eye on George because, you know, he. All right, yeah, I'm not gonna change the receivers with Hester and Excellent. All right, let's skip these games. Get right down to brass tacks here. Steelers shut out the Vikings. The Redskins lose. I didn't see who that was. The Lions beat Tampa. The Broncos beat the Raiders in overtime. The Patriots beat the Bengals. The Bills beat the Chargers. Ugh. Oilers beat the Falcons. The Dolphins lose to the Rams in overtime. The Chiefs beat the Seahawks. The Cowboys lose to the 49ers in overtime. And that gives the San Francisco 49ers the division, the NFC West. First team to clinch. It's, you know, congratulations to them. The Eagles beat the Giants. So, you know, with the Bills win, I mean, they're coming, you know, we're on a bit of a losing streak here. You know, I'll just take a quick look again at the standings. Where basically we need to win just to stay 3 games back. You know, like it's not going to happen realistically. But the wild card is more than in play. We just gotta keep pace, really. Just stay on the trajectory, get our shit together, and go into the playoffs with some momentum, and not completely shit the bed. You know, we could lose toward the end, just like the real Colts did this season, which I was thankful for as a Raiders fan, even though things didn't work out. At the end of the day, you know, just getting into the playoffs was a success. So Terrence Mathis is back for the Jets. They got all hands on deck. And we got Jeff George. This time he was not in when we beat the Jets the first time, but it was a low-scoring game. We ended up winning it by 14-6. Was the final score of that one? And we get them way backed up at the 10-yard line to start off. They're going to throw early. And he had some options. He decided to check down to Baxter. Picked up some extra yards on top of it. They got some decent running backs, you know. Baxter has always been kind of the pain in the ass. Oh my God, and Moore. You know, Rob Moore he's been a pain in the ass too. Just not so much like dominating statistic-wise, but we got him. Nah, he threw it. That time we broke it up. He's just made some catches in tight coverage way more often than I'd like. Buying at that time. Yeah, down you go. Only a yard. All right, let's get a stop here, guys. I know know, we don't like to do it that often. Alright, there we go. Called the play, got the sack, and first drive, we stop him. It's so often we give up a touchdown on the first drive, and it seems like more often than not, it's a result of a long-ass run. More so than a methodical drive. On that first drive, it just seems like the defense has to, you know, it takes extra time to wake up. They need to get warmed up, and maybe because they're a dome team, you know, they're not used to playing outside. Although, I don't know, it's not like there's any kind of home and away in this game, or it's not even acknowledged, you know. And this season, this schedule is all fucked up in the, because 93 was an 18-week season. Ah, shit. Talked about it before in previous videos that the schedule is not accurate to the 93 seasons because you couldn't do it with the way Tecmo is set up. Ah! I was just trying to get the fuck out of there. I wasn't so sure about who I was trying to throw it to the receiver. It wasn't Langhorne. It was either one of the running backs or I booted the fuck out of this one way too hard. Yeah, I kicked it out through the goal past the uprights. I wasn't so sure on the likelihood of that pass getting where it needed to go. Alright, that's good stuff on first down. Make it second and long. Play fake. See, they do a pitch, and they do a play fake. And a nice defensive play there by the drone. I called a single back. They got a single back. It's a single back pass, what I called. And there it is. I called it again. And once again, Quentin Coriat with the sack on third down. Big clutch sack. I don't say clutch, but like a clutch as far as the drive goes. You know, third downs are important. Defensively and offensively, really. But, you know, keeping a drive alive or killing one off is big. That's a big run. What a way to close out the quarter. Huge run by Johnson. Seems like, you know, we've had, so far so good with the running game. You know, we've tried giving it the toner here. And he's going to have to atone for that. I know, friggin' crickets on that one. That was bad. And Langhorne gets involved. He's been quiet this season, but he's been covered like a blanket. It's like they know that he's our bread and butter in the deep passing game. And not that was a deep pass, but, you know, it's good to get him a touchdown. Let's keep this going here with defensively with Alright, there we go, there we go. I just had to stay patient there and stay in my lane. I didn't... So often I fuck up by trying to do too much. Play fake. Alright, there we go. That pass wasn't going anywhere anyway. That was going out of bounds. But still, it's nice to see the defenders all making an effort there. And once again, third down, we make the call, and Coriat again. It's like fucking clockwork so far in this game. Every third down, he gets a sack. And breaking tackles is Verdon, giving us some good field position here. Maybe we can score to close out the half. Do a little shake and bake there. I'm not a big fan of the east-west running. so much. I'm. Oh shit. And that one, that was an example of where it was better off just letting it die too. Oh shit, here they come. Oh shit, there's a fumble. Man, they got the fucking thing. Oh, and I didn't even hit the dive button. Why did he dive? Oh my god, and I almost... Well, talk about a turnaround right there. Here we are trying to drive down and score and take a 2-score lead going into the half. And here we are. Alright, well, you know, we stuffed them there, but... I don't know why. They don't need to take a timeout. There's, you know, they're right. They have enough time to score. And it's not like you wanna. You gotta play spy here. I don't want to stand there as a touchdown. I was waiting for him to scramble and run with it. Damn. It's the thing about this game. It's like, and not just this. I mean, in the game of football. You know, one play like that can turn the whole goddamn thing around. Especially when points are at a premium like this. Alright, let's try it. We've done this before with our desperation throws, and not so much when they fucking know exactly what play is coming. Alright, let's try another one. Langhorn, and he caught it. Oh shit, he broke the tackle, and he gets the touchdown. Holy shit, what an individual effort that was. First to make the catch in the tight coverage. It very well could have been picked, which wouldn't have been a big deal. You know, it's like that was the only last play of the half right there. But he not only makes the catch, but if he gets tackled there, because he was in the midst of a struggle as he caught it. You know, if he would have gotten tackled, that would have been halftime, and that would have been it. But he shrugs the guy off, and then it's off to the races. Huge play to get the lead right back. You know, it goes back to how he hasn't been involved really so much, and he's just desperate to make a play. You know, it's like, it worked. You know, like I said, he's been quiet, but when we need him, and he shows up. It's almost like he's basically saying, go ahead and throw it to me while I'm in coverage. I'll make the catch anyway. Put the team on my back. Speaking of putting the team on his back, Johnson with another huge run. I gotta give the line credit, too, for creating the big holes, but a lot of it is also Johnson's effort on his own. So Johnson and Langhorn both with some... huge plays in this game, and now just like that we have that 2-score lead that we were craving, and it's 21-7. Wow. So within the last two minutes there's been 3 touchdowns, you know, and it took a quarter and, you know, like a quarter and 3 quarters, more than 1.5 quarters for the, you know, the first points of the game to even be scored. All right, let's not rest on our laurels here. You know, we've seen some shit go down, particularly against these Jets. All right, I was actually going to the tight end there. I wasn't so sure about that one. Play fake. And it's picked! I had that guy too, Buchanan. I didn't try to hit the dive button. Once again, it dove on its own, but that was a dive that I'll take. Oh, that play got blown up in a hurry. They knew where we were going. Yeah, nothing doing that time. And a cash. Alright, big first down to, because it really would be kind of deflating to you know, get that turnover and then go 3 and out and maybe even miss a field goal. Who knows? That would have been a long kick. Much better to convert and then get a touchdown and really put some distance there between us and the Jets. Boy, things really changed after that Hail Mary to close out the half. It's been all Colts.
Ready, down, put.
And a fumble! That ball... What the hell? Alright, it went out of bounds. It went out of bounds, rolled back in, and we've been the victim of that going the other way so many times. Well, several times. I shouldn't say so many. But it's happened a few times. How did he catch that? That was... I don't know about triple coverage. My guy was late. But there were 2 guys on him that were really right on top of him. But I guess, you know, we got the big catch in coverage. Can't really complain too much. But, you know, it wouldn't be a game without at least one big run, would it? Going against us. I was going to say, the defense has been great. You know, it's, you know, like the one touchdown so far, looks like they're, you know, they're knocking on the door here, but the one touchdown they did get was, the result of a fumble recovery for 1. And are they gonna kick it here? Wow, it's fourth quarter. What are these guys doing? All right, you want the field goal? You got it. You're still down 18. That's a 3-score game. You needed the touchdown. Langhorne gets the recovery on the onside attempt. You know what? Get out of bounds. I'm taking out my main horses. It's not a Colt joke. It's like I just don't want you know, it's although Potts has been my main guy, but I might as well give these guys some playing time. Potts has been my, you know, you know, number 2 running back, I guess you could say, behind Johnson. Although, I don't know, I think I've had Culver in more. It's been kind of, you know, one or the other. It's gonna be a long-ass kick. And it's right down the goddamn pipe. Wow. That was like 60 yards out. Well, this is exactly what the doctor ordered. You know, coming off a 2-game losing streak and 3 out of the last 4, I believe. You know, the Jets were the one team in the middle of all this that we've been able to beat. You know, we beat them only a few weeks back, and now we're gonna get our you know, our sweep of them here in this one. So as much as they've given us a hard time here, they've been the remedy for this, you know, this, to help avoid this slump going into the back half of the season. Well, you know, Rob Moore is going to make those catches. It's like it's fucking inevitable. Kick. I've had quite a few of those this year. Trudeau on the hands team. Why? I don't know. You know what? Let's give him a pass or 2. was, this was the kind of,
Ready, down.
this was the kind of game we needed to have to come out of that losing streak.
Ready, down. Put.
Why not go for points? The point differential is important. Oh man. Close, but no cigar. So 31-16, and the game wasn't even, it probably, more or less wasn't really as close as the score would indicate. It really should have been 31-17, which would have been a 14-point game, but, we blocked the kick. There was more or less the garbage time touchdown for them to get back into it. That third quarter was really the very end of the second, and then the rest of the third was really the difference. We just poured it on. During that time, we got the pick. We had that Hail Mary. We had just stifled them and scored at will. So this, we ran for more than we passed, which is crazy to even think about. 181 yards rushing to 154. Just a very balanced game. Anthony Johnson had 179 yards rushing. That's nuts. Especially only on 11 carries. And George, threw for 100 before we pulled him, and then, Trudeau threw for another 54. Mostly on that pass, the one pass at the end. But we kept them in check. Rob Moore had 3 catches. I think two of those catches were in tight coverage. But, it didn't matter at the end of the day. So, let's see. Chicago loses to Green Bay, and the Browns lose to the Saints. So, that concludes Week 13. You know what? Let's take a look at the standings first. With 3 games out, with 4 games left. I know we've got the finale against Buffalo at the end, but unless they start losing a couple of games here, that game's not going to mean anything. They probably have to lose out and then we win out, because look at that point differential. They definitely have that advantage unless we just start slaughtering the shit out of people and they lose a couple of games. They're gonna need to lose 2, and we have to score a lot of points, and we have to win out. It's really not looking so good. And then the Dolphins at 6-7. I don't think they're in the running here anymore, because you got the Steelers at 8-4. Yeah, it's really. It's not totally out of the realm of possibility, but you got Broncos at 7-5 as the wild card, and then you got Steelers, the other wild card, at 8-4. So they're gonna need one of these other teams to collapse. Chargers, Raiders, and Dolphins are on the outside looking in, and to a lesser extent, the Jets. However, on the NFC side of things, the Giants have a 1-game lead over the Cowboys, and the Eagles are in the running over there in third place. The Vikings and Packers are a deadlock for the Central at 9-3 each. Lions are 7-5 and looking to sneaky, scary, try to, make some noise there. And the 49ers took this division by storm. They had, I think they lost the first 2 games and then won off the rest of the way. And at 10-2, they have the best record in the NFC. So it looks like we got 3 teams. It's the 3 teams in the Central and the 3 teams in the East that are going to be fighting for the playoff spots. There's one of those teams, either the Lions or the Eagles, will be the odd man out. Cardinals are still hanging on, and then nobody in the West is gonna do anything, barring some kind of miracle. So next week the Eagles have who are a playoff contender. They're going up against the Bills. Maybe we can get an upset win for the Eagles, but we got to take care of business against the Giants, who are first in the NFC East. We played them this season already, which is kind of ridiculous because you don't play teams outside the conference twice. You don't even play teams outside your division more than once. It's only division teams that you play twice. But this ROM is all fucked up, mainly due to the weird, quirky schedule that they had in '93. They had to do some switcheroos, I guess. And we got what we got, It is what it is. Whatever the hell it is, we'll run with it, and we'll see how it goes. But since this is the third quarter mark of the season, let's take a look at league leaders. as we tend to do. Jeff George is number 8th in the league in terms of quarterback rating, 13 touchdowns, 4 picks, and 1,290 yards, which is, about half of the amount that the leader, Kelly, is having as far as yards go. Steve Young is ripping that one apart. Yeah, 3,139. So he's on pace to hit 400 this season. I don't think George will be in the... yeah, he's second to... Oh, actually, he's 28th because you got Trudeau at 258. Is the one backup that qualifies for the... for the leaderboard, just because he played enough snaps. And look at that, Anthony Johnson with 102 points. He's 12 points down from the leader, which is Jerry Rice. Yeah, so 2 touchdown difference from between him and Rice, so that's something. Not something that I'm going to be, and then B Sushi with 65 points. Perfect season for him so far. Field goals. He does have a missed kick. I believe that one was blocked. Interceptions. We've got Buchanan there with 5. He's been the guy I've been controlling for most of the year here. And then even Belser has 4. So we've gotten more takeaways than we're used to having, which is definitely helping the cause. Punt returns. Verdon has 5.4. Has a 5.4 yard average. Kick returns. Christ, we're not even on here. Sacks. Correa had 3 in this last game. So that, I'm curious to see if he had any others. Ron Stark is blowing away the punting leaders as usual. And as far as rushing goes, we got Johnson 9th with 834 yards. He is, having a top 10 rusher is unusual for us. That is for sure. Receiving, we haven't been lighting it up in the passing game, and even then we've been kind of, spreading the ball around. So yeah, we don't have anybody even on the leaderboard here. So that's it for the leaders. I do want to, like I said, check to see if Quentin Correa, he has 5 sacks. So he, 3/5 of his total sack output was from this last game. So next week we'll be taking on the Giants. It's going to be a hell of a matchup. I think that they're both 9-3. Yeah. So battle of 9-3 teams. We're worthy. If you look at the records of everybody else in the league, 9-3 would put us either at the top or tied for the top of any division except for the one that we're in, with the Bills at 12-0, and with 3 games behind. That's where's the hell's the luck? But if they go into that game 15-0, if they just keep winning, it'll be a hell of a spoiler to beat them in that in that finale, or even more so in the playoffs if it comes down to that. But we're getting way ahead of ourselves here. For now, we'll just concentrate on the G-Men. That's what's at stake. That's what we're gonna look at next week, and until I'll see you then.